The infected swarmed the shelter like a raging flood, and within minutes, the survivors' stronghold completely collapsed. Shockingly, the cause of this catastrophe turned out to be a massive blizzard. In a quest for revenge against Joel, Abby from the Fireflies had been secretly trailing him and his companion, but while crossing a steep slope, she lost her footing and tumbled down. As she looked around, she was stunned to find countless infected corpses buried beneath the snow. Before she could react, the infected hidden in the snow suddenly sprang to life and lunged at her like a tidal wave. Abby ran desperately through the snowstorm, the infected hot on her heels. The deadly chase felt like a marathon of death. Just as she was about to lose hope, she spotted an abandoned factory up ahead. At the very last second, she climbed over its wall, but the infected were already tearing through the chain-link fence close behind. Then, a shot rang out. Joel saved her and pulled her inside the factory. Clearly, Joel didn't recognize Abby as his old enemy, but more infected were gathering by the second, and the factory's decaying, fragile doors were no match for the horde. At this point, Abby suggested they relocate to a nearby safe house. The three of them quickly mounted their horses and escaped through the back. What they didn't realize was that the thunderous sound of hooves had awakened even more infected buried beneath the snow. Suddenly, something strange happened. The swarm of infected that had been relentlessly pursuing them abruptly shifted direction, as if guided by some unseen force, and charged straight toward the survivor camp in Jackson. The camp's alarm blared. Women and children were rushed into the basement, while the able-bodied took up arms and formed a frontline defense against the incoming horde. But their efforts were in vain. A massive, mutated infected crashed violently into the barriers, and soon the infected broke into the buildings. The survivors suffered devastating losses. In a last-ditch effort, they released every hunting dog from the kennels. Only then was the disaster finally brought to an end.